From the streets to the studio, from crisis to recovery, from awareness to action. Ask the messengers. We bring you real talk about public health, addiction and recovery, and the issues that matter most in our communities. The message is hope. The message is change. Ask the messengers begins now. Today on Ask the Messengers, our field reporter Che Monet sits down with Lathrup Village Mayor Kelly Garrett for an inspiring one-on-one. Plus, we spotlight powerful voices of Detroit Exonerees from our coverage of America I Am, From Injustice to Redemption, a moving event filled with stories of resilience and rebirth.
Hi, everybody. Welcome. We're here in Lathrup Village. I am next to a woman of greatness. I know she's so humble, she won't say it, but I'm going to tell you. Listen, she's going to be like, what? No. Tell our viewers your name and the position you hold.
I'm Kelly Garrett, and I'm the mayor of Lathrup Village.
The mayor of Lathrup Village. Obviously, I am just taken aback because you don't see a lot of women, Black women at that are mayors. Mm-hmm. Oh, my goodness. So tell our viewers kind of like your journey here. How did you even want to even be a part? Did you start off in anything other than the mayor, like politically?
Absolutely not. So basically, this is probably the least likely position I would have held growing up. It was not my thing. Mm-hmm. I thought I was going to be in California being an actress or something like that.
Okay, wait.
Right. And so what happened is that my aunt is now the Wayne County clerk, mm-hmm. and she just inspired me, and that's when I started kind of turning the corner and enjoying politics. I know that sounds crazy, but I enjoy politics to the extent that you help people. You're in a position to serve other people. Mm-hmm. It's not the glamorous thing that I think some people think it is, right. You know. But it is, you have some tough things that you have to decide upon. Like today, I have to decide upon whether or not we're going to raise some taxes for the residents.
Wow.
And it really causes me some issues with that because I can feel people, especially in this economy, of how they feel about their finances. Mm-hmm, mm-hmm. And we might be able to handle an additional $200 a year, but everybody else can't. So anyway, the point is to be able to help other people. I really, that's the main reason why I got into this position. I started off as city council in 2011, and then in 2013, I was appointed to be mayor pro tem. That's a whole story between those two because there was a point where mayor pro tem was okay. Mm-hmm. But
I had to sit back. I'm like, give me the scoop.
Mayor was a whole nother thing. I remember somebody being in council when I said, well, can I put my name in as mayor? And they laughed and they're like, yeah, no, just keep appointing the other mayor.
Oh, my goodness.
Like, okay. So I've been mayor since 2017.
2017?
Yeah.
So how many terms is that?
So it's 3. No, this is 3. Yes.
3 terms, which means
4 terms.
Wait, if you're doing something right, they keep electing you. Like, hold up, wait a minute. How many Black women have been mayor of Lathrup Village? Do you know?
It's just me.
Just you?
Yes.
Multiple terms. Okay.
Yes.
With your first term in, okay, this is new to everybody in South Lathrup Village. What was the reaction of the people? What kind of response did you get? I'm curious,
Well, it's not the first time me being a first and watching people's faces, but I do recall when the vote came in, I saw someone in the audience that was just like,
what? Right?
Yeah, and so it is, my house got spray painted the week of Thanksgiving after I got elected.
What?
Got spray painted, my house got egged. It was just,
I'm thinking we're in this new day and age. They're still out here doing this.
Oh, absolutely. The history of Lathrup Village is not beautiful. It's where we had deed restrictions. And deed restrictions, you could not be Black, Jewish, Middle Eastern. I want to say it's Catholic. There's some religion that you could not be in the deeds. And it's a historical deed, so it can't be looked up. And it was not resolved until 1972, which was the Housing Act that made it happen. So many people that have lived here for some years, they were here when we weren't allowed to be here. So I have a steady group of people that keep me on my toes.
Oh my goodness. And so, you have people out there who are voting and then they see you become mayor and you are like, you're Afrocentric. You have locks. You know what I'm saying? I'm just going to say it because I know some people are out there thinking like, oh, the first Black person. And they're not like pressing go. They're just like.
So I will admit this is that when I first became mayor, I did have a short pixie cut. And it was very much trying to keep it what was deemed professional.
Yeah.
And there's some things that have happened in my life where I deem was professional for myself, and so I was a little nervous about when I started wearing braids first.
Okay.
Then I just decided, my son passed away. He had started his locks, and when his locks journey ended, I decided to start mine to continue it on for him.
Wow. Do you remember like the response you kind of got from like
I remember
constituents, other people?
This one lady said, "Oh, I didn't even realize it was you. You have those things in your hair." And I'm like, okay.
Interesting.
I said, okay, face is the same, but
yeah, interesting. Oh my goodness. And what about your family? Are they supportive of your role as mayor?
Absolutely. Absolutely. I think they got a little worried at first, especially when it came to the spray painting and the egging of
That's
the
just
house.
sheer racism. Like what? We call it a spade a spade.
I have people come into these meetings. FU has been thrown around a lot, which I'm just like, wow. And I know I've grown a lot.
Yes.
A lot.
I'm sitting here like, they said what?
Just disrespectful. It is, you can go to YouTube and watch them. They're just disrespectful. And this was not the type of behavior that was done to the prior mayor.
Right.
So it is where, and there's a whole nother Facebook page, which I guess it's the anti-me page, the anti-this council page. And it's just funny, the things that they talk about my clothes, they talk about everything.
Oh my gosh. Get out. Not what you're doing for the city. Let's talk about her. What did she wear at the last
they
meeting?
have this little newsletter. It's really funny. And in the newsletter, and they're like, Mayor Garrett walked in with a tight red dress on and gold hoops. And I'm like, oh.
What in the Sam? Are you serious?
I'm very serious.
Now that much I didn't know. Is it, I don't know, is it worth your salary doing this over and over again?
Well, here's a fun fact.
You're laughing. Wait, hold on.
I don't get paid doing this.
Go back. What?
Yeah, there's certain cities in their charter that you don't get paid for it. So, or you get very nominal pay. And so Lathrop is in their charter that we do not get paid. Now, if we go back and forth to certain functions, we can get mileage, but I've never turned in mileage for it. So
my stomach is like, what? You get your house egged? People got a newsletter about you and you don't get paid to do what you're doing.
Oh, I love it. And you know what? This job has been so rewarding to me that there's a saying, and I always mess up on cliches, but if you love what you do or you don't worry about getting paid or something like that, you're never going to do this, right? But I love what I do, and I have been very blessed that I have jobs that are always flexible for me to do this. Plus, my jobs always kind of coincide with political government stuff. And so
you got a regular 9-to-5 and you're doing this full-time job?
This is not full-time, this is part-time.
I feel like it's full-time. You going to meetings, you talking about taxes, you got newsletters, you have board meetings. I mean, like that is that's not leisure,
No, but it's really rewarding because one, I wish I had Black women when I was younger, that I could look up to and say, I can do whatever I want to, because I wasn't a strong student in school. Like I said, by far, I never would have thought I went into politics. Now, there's other people like, when I grew up, I want to go to Congress. I was like, I just want to graduate, And then it's just, I enjoy that part. I love going to the schools to talk to kids. And the one I just did, which meant a lot to me, I didn't even think about it, is I went back to University High around the block. And they asked me something about what would you say to your younger self? And the one thing that I would say, I'm sorry, it's my phone. The one thing I would say to my younger self is that all the people that didn't invite you to the parties, or you were not included in conversations, you know how we all have that little bullying situation going on, that right now might hurt, but down the road, they'll end up calling you Mayor Garrett.
They'll end up calling you Mayor Garrett. Listen. Oh my goodness. There's so much more I want to say. I want to like pick her brain. I know our segment is short. It needs to be more to come, but like what are you planning on doing coming up? I want to ask questions like, we don't have that much time. Okay, so just real quick, what's coming up for Lathrup Village that maybe our viewers can attend? How can we support? Because it's not that big. How big is Lathrup Village?
1.5 square miles.
1.5 square miles. Now, what you got going on? Because I know you've done things in this community. Mm-hmm. What?
So we have concerts in the park every Wednesday night starting at 7. Mm-hmm. And that's going to start at the end of June, if I'm not mistaken. And then in September, and I believe it's September 13th, we have the Lathrup Village Music Festival, which is so much fun. It's so many different genres of music. You have DJs, you'll have bands, it's really good. And so that is September 13th. They're still looking for sponsors, and you can bring your, sponsors and what is it called? Where you can get a table. And
vendors. Yes, bring your stuff.
Yeah. So
Lathrup Village, you can listen.
On a major thoroughfare. So
and you start, okay, now we're going to end it soon, but I just want you guys to know there are businesses that are here that weren't here.
Yes.
When Mayor Garrett became mayor. Yes. What businesses are those? It's a few. I've seen them on Lathrup Village.
So we have Anita's, and we have Middle Eats that came. Now we have Jaybirds, Burrito 44.
Listen, support.
If you come down Southfield Road, it does make me feel very happy to see all the changes that have happened since starting.
Mayor Kelly Garrett, I'm just ecstatic about what you're doing. I'm very proud. I know it's not me, but you look like me, and I'm just like, look at what we're doing out here. And those businesses mean there's more money in her community. She's making a change. She's making a difference, and she's not getting paid to do it. That's the whole point. Hey, thank you for coming on Ask the Messengers. Thank you. And you guys support Lathrup Village. Hey, there's more to come.
Did you know there are an estimated 72,000 innocent people incarcerated today?
I'm going to be honest. I came to this event not really knowing what to expect. I knew Dr. Marvin Cotton Jr. was going to be speaking, and so it was going to be amazing. But I didn't know that I would possibly be looking at, I feel like I was just in the middle of a room with sunshine and rays of hope, but also there were so many stories. How are you feeling when you heard the presenters?
I'm an exoneree myself, but hearing other people's perspective about the things that I've gone through, it made me feel a real ray of light and gave me a lot of hope, because I've just been exonerated for just over a year. So being in an event with this magnitude of people from different backgrounds and different stories, it was amazing to hear, and it's motivating to me to keep doing the work that I'm doing also.
How long were you in prison?
I was in prison for 9 years, wrongfully convicted for a first-degree homicide that I did not commit.
When there's a lot of people that go to prison and they don't know, the resources, who to reach out to. How did you begin the process of even reaching out to somebody? What did you do?
Well, my case was a little different from this typical story. My case started with my direct appeal. So I signed my papers in the courtroom, and from there, I actually got out on direct appeal. So I didn't have to go through an innocence clinic or a conviction integrity unit. My appeal just went through the court system twice. I went through Court of Appeals, Supreme Court, got granted in part, went back to lower court, back to Court of Appeals, back to Supreme Court, where I was granted a new trial, and my charges was vacated.
Did you have help filing these paperwork? Did you have to do all this work yourself?
No, I actually was working with the State Appellate Defender's Office out of Detroit, Michigan. That's who represented me throughout my whole process, and that's who it was that brought me home, a lady by the name of Catherine Marcus, working under the tutelage of Valerie Newman.
Wow. Okay. So what programs, when you got out, what programs did you have available to you?
Well, as an exoneree, you come home to nothing. You basically get kicked out with no type of help. And that's a part of what the organization of Exonerees do, which I am a member of. I'm the director of legislative relations. And a part of our mission is to help exonerees that are released, to help them with all their needs coming out of prison, whether it's shopping for clothes, whether it's paperwork, IDs, license, everything that an exoneree needs, our network, we've provided.
That's amazing that you're actually working in the field that, to help other people with what you've been through. Your test became your testimony. Thank you so much for coming on. We appreciate you guys. Stay tuned. There is so much more to come. We are here for you. Ask the Messengers TV show.
Did you know exonerees lose on average 9 to 14 years of life due to wrongful incarcerations?
Let me just tell you, I am here at America. I am, and this man was one of the presenters. I want you to, and it changed. I'm speechless. His poetry, his testimony. Tell our viewers your name.
My name is Dr. Yusuf Bunchi Shakur.
And tell them the position that you hold.
I hold the executive director at the Michigan Roundtable for Just Communities.
What does this event here at the African American Museum mean to you?
It means a lot. First, being at the museum and what it represents, and then also when you think about injustices and the ability to bring justice on the platform that we did tonight. So that spoke volumes.
You were one of the individuals that were convicted, and you weren't you turned, as he said, your lemons into lemonade. Mm-hmm, yeah. How did that work for you?
It worked for me having a mother that loved me when I was wrong, having a father that was able to turn his life around and transform. And those two things together, and meeting my father in prison, has created the platform to be who I am today.
If you could say anything to our viewers right now, paying attention, they're watching, maybe they have a loved one in prison, or they're going through things, maybe they're the supporters of those individuals, what would you say?
Everybody has a redemption story. Prison is not just punishment. Prison is deeper than that. It's the lack of resources in our community. It's the undermining of our community. So we have to give, and we have to be committed to stopping of incarcerating, but also helping after post-incarceration.
On the count of three, I want you to say something with me.
Okay.
Incarceration is not the end. Can you say that with me?
Yes.
1, 2, 3.
Incarceration is not the end.
I mean, there is a buzz here, and it's not just this beautiful echoing system at the African American Museum. We are here at this event. Tell our viewers your name and what this event really means to you.
Well, my name is Levon Hill, and this event was about wrongly convicted, just bringing awareness to the situation and just galvanizing the people. Myself, I've been home 6 months. I was exonerated October 23rd, 2024. And I served 22 years and 6 months for a double murder I didn't commit. So I was sentenced to double murder. I was sentenced to double life myself. Wow. And through the Michigan's Innocent Clinic, I was able to prove my innocence, and I've walked out of prison. So this event meant everything to me tonight. Just, us reclaiming our voices, reclaiming our soul, reclaiming our space, and just saying, hey, we here, we back home.
Listen, it's amazing. Were you feeling like the presenters today basically conveyed how you were feeling? Were they able to capture the words of what you went through?
Yes, ma'am. Yeah, it was very heartfelt, emotional. Mm-hmm. And, like I said, I enjoyed it. But yes, they did a beautiful job.
What was the process like? I mean, he talked about how a lot of people talked about how they felt when they actually got convicted and how they got on the bus and they just felt like they died a little bit on the inside. What was it like when somebody actually saw you and believed that you were innocent?
Oh, when I finally got my interview with Dave Moran and he came and see me, it was like I had seen God. I couldn't believe it. I'm like, I'm finna go home.
And did you have family out there still supporting you?
Yes. I never lost none of my support system, never lost my mother or father. So I had a big support system. Wow. And I was blessed and fortunate through the whole situation. Yes, ma'am.
It's amazing. I mean, so what's next for you? You've been out 6 months. I mean, I don't know, people might want to know, what was like one of the first things you did when you got out? Who was there to meet you? The program?
My daughters was there. My daughters and my grandson was there. So I've been dealing with them a lot. Family, rebuilding their relationships, getting to know them again, them getting to know me. So it's been beautiful.
And now you have what a lot of people didn't have, these programs for exonerees. You got Dr. Marvin Cotton Jr., yes. You have the police commissioner. Yes.
Yeah, so I just had to take advantage of the resources, but it's a time, it takes time. You know, you just can't overwhelm yourself. So slowly but surely, I'm figuring out one day at a time, and I'm figuring out. I'm doing
Listen,
great.
I am. Thank God. Thank God that not just prayers were answered, that the truth was found out. Congratulations. Thanks for being here tonight, being a part of this. And man, I just want you to look at the camera. If you had advice for anybody that's kind of going through what you're going through, maybe they're watching the show, they're actually in prison, or they're a family member supporting someone that's in prison that's saying, hey, I didn't do it. What advice could you give somebody out there?
The best advice I could give them is to hold firm in your faith, hold firm in your belief, hold firm in just believing in yourself. And it takes time. But if you remain strong, you remain diligent, the truth will prevail and you will overcome any situation that you have found yourself in. You just have to tap into yourself and believe. You can do it.
Wow, I want you to say with me on a count of three, incarceration is not the end. Are you ready? 1, 2, 3. Incarceration is not the end.
It's not.
Thank you so much for coming on the show. He's going to get your information.
As of June 2025, there have been approximately 3,400 exonerees in the United States, according to the National Registry of Exonerations.
Courage and kindness, strength and gentleness, fortitude and tenderness. A father, a leader and a lifelong teacher, a comforter and a patient listener, a hero and a world changer, a gift from God above. Being a father is a high and holy calling. It is not only a blessing, but also a stewardship. Fatherhood is a precious opportunity and a divine responsibility, because it is one of the many ways that God watches over all of us. A father is a protector and a provider, a hard worker and a family man, a role model and a faithful friend. And so from all of us to all of you, thank you to the fathers.
Would you like to help us save lives? You can do so by partnering with us here at Ask the Messengers by making a donation of any amount. The people in your communities need your support. Help us extend our reach and impact more lives. Supporting our organization is as easy as a click of a button. Just visit our site shown on the screen from your phone or computer where you will see a yellow donation button. Ask the Messengers is waiting on your partnership, and your community is waiting on you.
If you prefer mailing your donations, send your check or money order payable to Ask the Messengers TV show and send it to 18400 Schaefer Highway, Detroit, Michigan 48235. Well, that concludes this week's episode of Ask the Messengers, and we're asking you to take a moment to subscribe to our YouTube channel, follow us on Facebook and Instagram. Thank you to our guests today, and we hope the information shared will be of some help to you, your family, and your community. Thank you for tuning in. Until next time, stay strong, stay kind, and keep standing for what's right. See you next time, right here on Ask the Messengers.